Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. So, you know that, I'm just so in love with Italian food. So, we're going to make my rendition of a meatless meatball sub, and it's going to be nice and Italian y, right? So, first things first, I know sometimes some of the things that I do it takes a little long and it's a little repetitive. So, I decided that I was going to make two things before the stream starts. And those two things are the quinoa that we're going to need because we needed it to cool down before we even start, right? So, I have the quinoa here. So, the quinoa is basically lightly seasoned because you don't need it to be heavy seasoned, right? So this is going to be our quinoa, which is our base. And then we have our black beans, okay? And our black beans, we put this at a 525 broil after we did for 400 for about 20 minutes. Then we put it on a broil for another 10 minutes, right? And that's going to give our black beans like that crispy kind of flavoring to it, and kind of hold that's going to hold on to the quinoa without it being over, without adding any extra faux eggs or flax seeds or all those other extra stuff. It's going to hold perfectly together, and then these two are going to go inside the NutriBullet with our other ingredients. Okay, so the ingredients that we're going to put in it is going to be red pepper, green pepper, onions, garlic, fresh basil, tomatoes, molasses, grapeseed oil, aged balsamic. This is going to go on top and inside, that's our strained tomatoes. And then for inside, our seasonings are going to be black pepper, porcini mushrooms, and this is going to add our vitamin D to it, right? To actually soak in the calcium, because calcium and vitamin D goes well and well. But we don't want to use actual mushrooms because they're very liquidy, right? So we're going to do that. Some garlic powder, some dunka, my favorite, coriander, smoked paprika, Italian seasoning, onion powder, a little bit of dill, and some sea salt, right? I know it seems like a lot, but it's not. All of it works hand in hand together, right? So let's get started with our chopping. So we're going to chop our red pepper, green pepper, or our onion first. It doesn't matter what order you put it in, right? How is everybody, by the way? So this here. So we're going to do this into little chops, right? Put that to the side, do the same. So you can do this meal with pasta if you want. I know that in our house we do a lot the times we do it with pasta. And then the second day when the pasta's all gone, we'll do the subs. And the subs are such a hit. Sorry, excuse me. The subs are such a hit. It's like, why skip today. Why not skip to day 2, you know? All right, so we got that part, right? Our red peppers into our nice dices. All right. And then we're going to do our green pepper. We're also going to chop this as well. And you don't want them to be like super huge in the chunks, right? And the reason why is because they are going into your meatless meatballs. So you want to make them like in a nice size, but not too chunky, because the chunkier, the more water is going to be released. But I have a trick for that, but you definitely want to make them into small cubes. Like this size is perfect. So you guys can see. This size is like a perfect cube, okay? So you know. Okie dokie. So we have the green peppers and the red peppers basically ready. Only thing we have to do, we can transfer it to our bowl for now, because we need to do the onions as well. Just so you guys. And we're not going to use all of the red pepper and green pepper for the meatless meatballs. We're also going to use it for our sauce. So we're not going to use all of it for just one thing as well because we're making our own sauce today as well. Oh, thank you for the follow. Huh? Paints? Thank you, Paints. Okay, so now we are going to chop Oh, have fun at the beach. Where are you that it's early enough to go to the beach? It's like late over here. This is cool though. Vegan recipes are always interesting. Very much so. We're Oh, you live in Canada. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you yes. Have fun at the beach, Paints. You go to the beach at 3 p.m. Isn't the sun down, like going down at that time? Like you don't go to the beach for a tan, or you just go to just like chill. Still kind of late, but enough to drive the jet ski and have supper. Oh, absolutely. Jet skis will always make you hungry. I know that for sure. But yeah, you can come back, and when you're done, you can come and look at the replay. You could probably make this tonight if you wish. Be a really good, nice, hearty meal. Well, have fun, and thank you for the follow. I really appreciate you. Oh, sun won't be going down. Maybe we move to Canada. Canada. The sun don't set in Canada. Are you closer to like Alaska area? Enjoy the stream. Thank you. Okie dokie. So now we got our onions, peppers, and our green peppers all together. And we're going to mix them around, right? Make sure they are nice and colorful. And so we're going to be cooking our ingredients into our cast iron pan, right? So we're going to start everything off in the cast iron because we also want to season it, right? So we're going to season it with our red peppers, green peppers, and onions. And then we're going to also use that to make our, the sauteed to make into our meatless meatballs. So we're going to put some grapeseed oil. Some basil. Roll it like how I said last time, right? So you can have the nice shreds. Perfect. Just like that. See? So you want to shred that, right? And then you want to take 2 garlic cloves and chop those as well. If you would help me, Alina, what's the first thing that you have to do?
Wash my hands.
Exactly. Wash your hands. Chicken butt. Okay. Okay, Alina. Okie dokie. So now we're going to turn on our heat. And then we're going to put the garlic, basil, red pepper, green peppers, onions inside of the pot. Ta-da! Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
I'll tell you when it's that time. So we're letting the oil kind of get a little bit warm first. And then once it gets warm, you're going to put these ingredients inside of the pot, okay? Okay, you can put some in the pot. Just eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
No. Just look, wait. Take the knife. Bring it up high so it can, and then scrape it in, okay? Okay, so it doesn't have to get all over your hands. This is for later. Okay. Also, green peppers are really good for you as well. They're a really good treat. With some hummus that we made like last week. Really good for you raw. So we're use about half of what we chopped. And then the other half we're going to leave for later for our sauce. And we're going to put that in our smaller saucepan. But we're not going to saute it yet. We're going to just wait a little bit. We're going to clean up our mess. Oh, all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go, go. Waiting for tonight. Oh, 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 oh. So we're gonna get this nice and golden, like Jill Scott, right? That was Jill Scott. Living my life like it's golden, right? In the meantime, hey sister, Auntie Gil's here.
Hi, Auntie Gail.
So we're going to take our quinoa and we're gonna put some of it.
In your hand.
No, we're not. That's not you. You're missing a couple of steps.
Oh.
So we're gonna take our quinoa and then put it in our bowl. So this is gonna be a little bit of the part that we're just gonna leave just like that, right? And the reason why is because that's gonna be the part that's going to go around the coating to kind of give you that quinoa kind of lumpy, kind of chopped meat kind of look. She said hi. So you can. I think that might be the reason why. But yeah, so we can smell the aroma on the red, green, and red pepper, green peppers, garlic, and onions. So you're gonna let that get nice and translucent, right? And in the meantime, we're going to create our part that goes inside the quinoa. Excuse me, boo. So we're going to take some aged balsamic vinegar. And that should be a good amount. We're also going to take our molasses.
You know that I am parent and my
We're going to take our grapeseed oil.
and relax down there.
Hi, Guy. How are ya? We're going to take our salt. We don't want a rendition of what happened last week. Everything falling all over the place. We're going to take a little bit of chili powder, right? Because we want that umami kind of flavor. Usually I would use some cumin. However, we ran out, so I'm going to substitute that with our chili powder and our porcini mushrooms, right? We don't really need a lot of it. It's our vitamin D to complement our calcium from our molasses and our green and red peppers. Happy Sunday, y'all. And then we also have some Italian seasoning. Since this is very Italian-y, we're going to make sure that this is perfect for our meal. And then our dill weed, we're going to add a little bit of that. Sure. You can come over this side, so your arms are not that long. I'm going to put some onion powder. That's a little bit more. Perfect. We're also going to do some smoked paprika.
But not too much because it won't get those smoked paprika.
There we go. Smoked paprika. A little bit of
Black pepper and black pepper.
Yeah, so be careful. You don't want to sneeze, right? You put some in there? How much did you put? I didn't even get to see. Did she put a lot, guys?
I put
coriander.
I did that. That's how I did it.
Okay. All right, a little bit more. And garlic powder. Okay, perfect. I already did that. Okay, so now we're gonna put these to the side.
Then we did the dunka.
No, I put it in.
We put a little bit there.
Okay, a little dunka, just a sprinkle. Perfect. Okay, now you're gonna put these seasonings back over here for me. Put them over here for me, please. Can you put the seasonings over there? Thank you. Can you watch out for my cord? Thank you. All right. So now that we have gotten this beautiful kind of paste, so you see this paste that we have. All right, so here's the paste that we have for our meatless meatballs. Okay? So we're going to take the red peppers, green peppers, onions, and garlic, and we're going to place them inside of this as well. This thing is kind of heavy, so just going to use Alina, please don't get a chair. Alina, please don't get a chair. There's not enough space for a chair.
Okay.
No, I got it. This is too hot. I got it.
I think they're cooking and then you're cooking.
Well, that would be nice.
Because I gotta learn how to do it and do the same thing that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just practice.
Yep. And it's okay if you leave some inside, because it's seasoning the pot as well, because we're going to re-put everything in there. So we're going to take all of our vegetables and everything and mix it all together. Again, just like this. Nice and colorful.
I'm gonna go get my stuff too. Be right back, guys.
And just so you guys know, you get 50% off the Discord with the recipes. If you guys need the recipes, half off during this time. It will be $15 and you'll get a free day that will allow you to see exactly what the Discord is all about. And that's only for the next 20 minutes, I think. 6 minutes. Can I ask you why you're holding my arm?
Because I love you and I love to be with you.
I love you too. Okay, so now that we have everything here, right? We're going to take our beans that we had in the oven, right? They're cooled down now, and then we're just gonna drop them in. Alina, go rewash your hands. Okay. So we're gonna take that. And then we're going to mix it together again. Better spot. This is a better spot.
Hello. That's crazy.
Okay, so then we have our black beans inside, right? I don't know if some of you thinking like, how is that going to be a meatless meatball? We're gonna show you. And then you're gonna add more quinoa.
Some more. Jaboli.
Yeah, might as well, right?
We need more meatballs.
So this is packed with protein because, like we said last week, quinoa is an absolute protein. So we're gonna get all of our amino acids from the quinoa itself.
Can I mix it in?
Yeah, sure. So Alina's gonna mix it. How is everybody doing this weekend so far on this Sunday? Getting ready for work and everything for the next... Okay, I need you to do this a little bit deeper because everything's going to fly on the table. Okay?
Okay. I'm doing great. But I don't do work.
You're doing great, and you don't do work.
I'm talking about like.
Okay, I got it.
Like regular work.
Because you're 5. Okay.
Let's try.
So you gotta fold it in. You see how I'm doing that? Fold it in.
So it's kind of like scooping something.
Yeah, like you're
turning.
scooping and turning like that. Okay. Not too, like just like that. Perfect. Ooh. Look,
It's okay.
like this. Like that. But you don't want to waste your food. That could have been your whole meatball. Right? Okay. So there you go. Right? So we're going to do that. Can you put these in where you know where those go? Okay, we're going to clean this up. Getting ready for the week for work. I'm late because I had lunch. Oh, man. You know, if they ever bring one over here, I think I'm going to be there every single day. A cafe gratitude. Okay, so now we're going to take our NutriBullet or our blender, and we're going to take our mix, and we're going to put it inside, just like that. And then we're going to add a little bit of our strained tomato sauce. You should be part owner in Cafe Gratitude right now, sis. The amount of time you go there. Thank you. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of our tomato sauce. My money there, yes. And you're going to mix it in a little bit so it could be nice and beautiful, right? You see it? Ooh. And then we're going to take it and...
Oh no, I gotta leave
How will I know? All right. Okay, so I'm going to do it a bunch of times. So if you're going to run off every time. So this is what it's going to look like. It's a mashed kind of consistency. So you see it's like kind of like baby food, right? That's exactly how you want it. Because this is how it used to be. Very grainy, just like this. And then we want it into like a mashed consistency. You can also use a masher if you like. The NutriBullet is just a little bit easier and a little bit faster. So we're going to put some of it on the side, right? And then we're going to do it again.
Can I put some more in? Can I start some inside?
You guys should do a HelloFresh affiliate. So, okay, I got it because you're making a mess. So the reason why, the company I'm sure is much better now, but when they first came out, they left such a bad taste in our mouths with their ingredients. I don't know if I could trust them again. When we first started with the ingredients that came to us, they weren't as fresh as they said that they were, right? Their name is Hello Fresh. So I would rather pick my own food and go off of like some of their recipes. Like some of their recipes were really good, but I would rather pick my own food because in the shipping process, sometimes the food doesn't come out as well. It says, yeah.
Honey,
Yes.
what do we need of tomato?
I'll show you in a second. Just give me a minute. Okay. Alina, you see, this is why I say that, like, helping is no, you're touching the floor, you're falling on the floor. When she gets bored, she starts to do things that are like, why would you do that? So, oh, interesting. Yeah, very much so. Okay, I'm going back in. I'm going to mute you guys.
You want to like baby.
Okay, so now we have more.
Something like baby food.
More something like baby food. Right? And then we're going to do it again one more time. Probably 2 more times because we have a lot of quinoa.
Yep. Probably more than 2.
I think 2 would be probably good. So we want a mixture of the baby food consistency mixed with the grainy consistency. And that's also going to give you that hold without flax seeds, without faux eggs, without all of the extra ingredients. You're just using the ingredients that we have to make our food kind of coagulate together, right? Alina,
I'm just hugging.
I get it, but like, dude, time and a place.
I'm not a dude.
And we're going to scrape out the bottom. NutriBullets like to take that part out.
Just got all the extra stuff for the baby food.
Okay. All right, go on mute, guys.
For baby food.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that would be probably sufficient, right?
That's it. Mix all up.
So you're going to mix it together.
Like I said, it's the mix all up.
Yep, you heard her. Mix it all together, right? And you see how that is? It's kind of like a mushy consistency, but you also have some of the grain still in there, right? That's exactly what you want. So this is our round meatless meat, right? So it's quinoa, black beans, red peppers, green peppers, onions, garlic, basil, and then all the other sauces and seasonings that we added to it as well.
Get that stuff out.
Yes. Make sure you get this stuff out because this is like a whole meatless meatball right there. Okay, perfect.
And then you start to mix that.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm going to rinse my hands off. Wash them again. Put this part in here. I'm going to get into the food, so you want to make sure that your hands are nice and clean. Right? Okay.
I want to
So, Daddy said wash your hands.
Oh. See right there.
Okay, so she wasn't going to touch it, but okay, so the first thing that you do, there's a mess everywhere. So you're going to take okay.
One.
Dry your hands. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you can take a spoon or you can take whatever you, like an ice cream scooper, whatever you feel like it's best. I use my hands. So you're going to take a amount. That's a big amount, Alina. And you're going to take, and you're going to kind of smush it together in the palm of your hand and roll. Alina, you're...
Look at the wall. Look at mine.
So you're going to make a ball.
A ball.
Just like this, right?
Just like this too. Small ones are big.
Can they see my ball? Yeah? You can see my ball? Okay, and her ball could be a little bit rounder. You can make them smaller, just like how she did hers, for more of like a... This one would be for like a pasta, right? This kind of size. You can put that in your pasta, and this size could be for pasta as well. But this size I like a little bit better for the meatless meatballs because you can just smash two of them inside of the middle, and then you're perfectly great to go. Auntie Gail said, looks good, Alina.
Thank you, Auntie Gail. I love you. Her hands are gonna get thick. As far as touching stuff.
Okay, so then we're going to do that. This is probably a fun activity for kids if they know how to make a ball. So anybody in your family could kind of help with this part. All the little ones are going to be for her.
Yes. Auntie Gail and your dog can do this too.
She said, I love you too, and she has a cat.
And your cat can do this too. if it knows how to make a ball.
Alina, okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Go wash your hands.
No, I'm not.
Alina, you're falling. You were about to drop the whole thing. Thank you. Whew. I feel like you ever seen what's it, Proud Family, and how they show the people, and it's like from the the chest down to the torso. It's like, that's great because I don't get to see my face during certain parts. All right. So I'm gonna make a few on the bigger side. It's okay. You helped. You got a chance to help. All right. Okay. Hands back on the floor. Okie dokie. So you see how some of the meatless meatballs have like the red peppers and the green peppers. You can see them. It's exactly what you want, right? And make her some smaller ones.
That's how I did.
Okay. All right. So you guys kind of get the point, right? So that is our smaller and our bigger size of our quinoa, right? I'm gonna rinse my hands off really quickly to get off some of that excess. Okay, so we're gonna turn on our heat.
I think I really did that. Turn on and put in
Your hands are dirty again. You keep touching the floor, Alina. You can't keep touching the floor and think that you're gonna cook. Like, so you're gonna take your meatless meatballs and you're gonna put them in your cast iron pan just like that. You're gonna put them about like a pinky space between so that they don't touch each other. You could have used the same paper towel you had before. Stop wasting paper towel. Do not put that in there because if you have to wash your hands again, then you have to use the same paper towel. Okay, so then make these really quickly.
Your hands are going to get dirty again.
It will work. The only reason why I like the cast iron is because it bakes all the way around. The ceramic is a little bit is not gonna give you that meatball kind of hold. It's gonna let it slide through. Right? So the ceramic can work. But I would rather use the cast iron. So it kind of fries the bottom as well.
That's a big cast iron.
I know she's like, I just got that thing. I want to use it. Okay. So the rest of this you can save for later.
I want to taste it.
Here you go. You can taste it. It's cooked, so.
It smells very good. It's not good. It's
Okie dokie. So, this is the part where I get a little bit faster. Right? So, we're going to take our, right, vegetables, and then we're going to make a sauce out of that. Excuse me, Lee. So, we're going to do our grapeseed oil.
Oh, can I have just a little bit more of that taste? It's done.
So she's just gonna eat that for dinner. Elena, I'm gonna ask if you could just get down, please, because I need some more space. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna have our basil. And we're gonna do half of it, right? That in here.
And half sided. Half sided meat.
Okay, a little bit of molasses. And molasses is made from sugar. It's the process of when they're making sugar, what's left over, and it's full of the nutrients that the sugar no longer has once it's bigger. Once it's into that white consistency, right? So the molasses is sweet, but it's not as sweet as sugar, and it has all the nutrients. So that's why we're adding a little bit of that to break up the acidity. Okay, so now that it's starting to bubble a little bit, this is our sauce so far, right? We're going to take this sauce and we're going to pour it on top of our meatless meatballs, right?
Wow.
And plus, sister, you can put a cast iron inside of the oven, the ceramic pan, unless it is one that goes up to 400 degrees. I wouldn't recommend it going into the oven. So you can make this in the oven as well as on top of the oven. Just FYI. So we're going to mix this in. Right? And then we're going to take our top, put it on top just like that. Right? And we're going to turn it down a little bit. Okay? And that part is finished. Yes, Alina.
this thing has some sauce. Woo!
Okie dokie. So now we're gonna take our bread, right? And because everything is already cooked, guys, we don't have to leave it in there crazy amount of time, and this is why we pre-cook it first. If it was a meat product, we would have to let it cook and then go through the processes. But because everything is cooked already, our quinoa is cooked, our black beans are cooked, our red peppers, green peppers, onions, and everything else is already cooked. So we don't have to keep it in there very long, and then the sauce is just going to soak in and make it into a nice consistency inside. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, that's only going to take from 10 to 15 minutes to do so. We're going to take our bread and we're going to cut it open and we're going to put it in the oven to toast for a little bit. So we're going to toast it at 350. Meatless meatball subs, so just the bread. Nani? Huh? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Meatless meatballs without the subs. Okay. So yeah, so I know you just got here, but we did the whole process before you got here, so that's why we're up to the bread part. So yeah. Okay, so we have our bread, right? And the meatballs are gonna sit in, but meatless meatballs are gonna sit in between here with the arugula. Our arugula is from our backyard, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, you know, this is exactly. Yeah, we'll talk later. Okie dokie. But thank you for stopping by, Betsy. Okie dokie. And we're going to do take our tongs and slightly rotate our meatless meatballs. So it gets the sauce on all the parts. And also the reason why I like to make them bigger is because the smaller ones tend to fall apart easier when they're wet. But that's how she wants hers, so why not? Okie dokie. So we turned it over just so it could have all of it on all sides. And then this is our arugula from our backyard. So this is going to be a little bit extra peppery than your normal arugula from your store because of the fact that this is fresh from the ground. Woohoo! So we're going to take this and it's going to just be on the top. All right, so we're going to take that and we're going to put that into with our basil. And then we're going to do one more. So you're just going to guide your knife over the stem to take off the leaves, just like that. And this is how much we're going to need because it has such a powerful pepper flavor. So we're just going to need a drizzle on top. The rest we will leave out so that way it can kind of lose some of its peppery flavor, just like at the supermarket. And then we're going to make a salad out of the rest another time. All right? And then we're going to take our tomatoes. Thinly slice. Okie dokie. Okay, so our oven never got to 350 degrees. It got to 135. And this is like the perfect crispiness. And it is still soft, right? Can you not? You didn't wash your hands. So this will be hers since she touched it. Happy Sunday, Drew. Salad is live. Okie dokie. So, this is how we are going to plate this, right? So we're going to take this here. So we're going to take 2 tomatoes.
Like a ice heaven dragon.
And then we're going to take our arugula. And place it at the bottom base. Are you on the floor again?
I didn't catch the floor with my hand.
Okie dokie. So you have that. Okay. Then you have meatless meatball. Right. And then you can also put cheese if you like. You can put cheese if you like. And you're going to take some of the sauce and place that on top. Alina wants cheese. However, the cheese you have to let melt because otherwise it's just going to be cold cheese on your pasta. On your meatless meatball. So, for this one, we're going to put it on top.
And it will be, and it has to be in the oven. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Can't wait to try these subs. She over here making a restaurant food again. That's a $15 sandwich right there.
It's okay if I have a cold or not.
No, it's not going to be cold. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this sub and we're going to put it back into the oven. I wish she would have told me she wanted cheese, but she didn't. So now we're going to put it back into the oven at a broil. Can you pass me the pan, the flat pan? Yeah. It's okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we're going to put that in the oven so you guys can see that. But yeah. The cheese is another $1.50. Would you like some avocado on there? That's another $3. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That was an advertisement.
It was an advertisement for avocado, right? Yeah. I wish I had an avocado farm so that way I could advertise avocados.
You can have an avocado farm if you like.
You're absolutely right. I can have whatever I like, right? $20 sandwich. Can I have $20 for the sandwich that I just made you?
Okay, Bobby.
It's okay. I'm just kidding, boo.
That was an advertisement too.
Okay.
Who's gonna take this dollars?
Hmm?
Who's gonna take this dollars?
Not 26, 20. So just so you guys can see what the other meatless meatballs look like, I kind of don't want to carry this to you, so I'm going to bring the gimbal to it. So this is what the meatless meatballs look like. You can add more sauce if you like. If you want to make another sauce, you are more than welcome to do so if you want it really saucy. I know that there's sauce already inside, and then this is on top. So you can scoop some and then put it in on top more. So this is the reason why I didn't drown it with sauce, because I want you to also taste all the flavors that's inside the meatless meatball, along with all the nutrition, and not being drowned with any sauces. So that's what that looks like. Have you ever considered writing a recipe book? So if you go on the Discord, most of my recipes are on the Discord. I just added the pasta from 2 weeks ago on there. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes life gets ahead of me and I don't have the time to write them out, but I will get better as time goes. I'm going to put the Buddha bowls on there probably tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, the Discord will definitely have all the recipes and everything. When it does get to around 100 or so recipes, I would consider putting all of those into a book, because they were already written, or they just transpire it into an actual recipe book versus it having to just be on the Discord. So it'll be a digital copy, also a paper copy as well. What's up?
My one dress is
yeah. Okay, so her sandwich.
It's ready.
Watch out. Watch out.
Oh.
All right, guys, here is the reveal. See how beautiful that is? So this is open-faced. This is our meatless meatball, right? Sub. And I am going to wipe the plate and take a picture because I always forget. Give me a second. Let it cool down a tad bit because it was in the oven, okay? Before you try to bite into it.
Oh, I can do it. Let's go some more.
Okie dokie, got the photo. Right? So we're going to put the top on there.
Yeah, that was blowing it.
Right?
Also, don't forget to put the batter next to it.
Okay.
Kind of like sloppy.
It is kind of like sloppy vegans.
Because that's the sloppy part when it comes off, right?
Yep. Okie dokie. So this is what it looks like open-faced.
Show them the other side.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I can't see anything on this end and my chat had froze, so wasn't sure. Okay, so, and then she wants some of the batter on the side.
And it, woo!
And there you have it, guys. Meatless meatball subs with quinoa, black beans, red peppers, green peppers, arugula, tomatoes, our sauce, and our seasonings. So how was that? Really good? Okay, take your food. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go over the nutrition facts for you guys. Okay, so that I wrote out already, right? So our black beans was our antioxidants, which can protect our cells and our body and reduce any conditions like heart disease and cancer. Our red peppers and green peppers were our vitamin C, and it absorbs the iron that we have into our blood system. So you can eat it raw with a quick snack, like I said earlier, with some hummus, like we made last week, and add some raw garlic, and you have a healthy, nutritious, absorbent snack for any time of the day, right? Our onions is organic sulfur compounds. So they help reduce the level of cholesterol in your body. So that's awesome. A lot of people are high in cholesterol. They're iron deficient. They have no protein or too much protein, right? So this meal right now is going to help us with the other parts, right, that we haven't covered in other weeks so far, right, with that sulfur and that cholesterol. Our arugula has our calcium inside of it as well, so we're going to have really strong bones. Our brain functions are going to be great as well. Our molasses, we already know that the molasses already has the iron and the calcium and copper, but also it's amazing for your skin. It can be eaten raw. It helps with stress. And like I said earlier, since it is a product of sugar production, some may think that it's unhealthy, but it's actually the opposite, because all of the minerals and vitamins are inside of molasses and not sugar. So you can use molasses as a sugar replacement. You can use it as syrup. You can use it as like I like to use agave and molasses. Those are the only two sweeteners that I really use. And molasses is more on the subtle side, and agave is a little bit more on the syrupy side. So for that. We did the Italian seasoning. We didn't do any rosemary. I planned on rosemary, but I forgot. However, this was perfect. It had everything that we basically needed. And yeah, do we have any questions before we rate out? Plated and done. Yep. It's really quick and easy, and you can just make a sandwich and come back later and make another sandwich. And then when you have what Alina likes to call the batter left over, you can also put that in the refrigerator, and you can make those into crumbles for like tacos. You can also make it for like patties, so you can make burgers out of it as well. Don't matter, it doesn't have to be a round shape. It can be like a flat shaped burger. You can eat that as a regular burger sandwich if you like. It's so versatile, and it has all of the umami flavors. And what I mean by umami is that it has like the meaty kind of taste to it without it having any type of other ingredients. Like you can see all the ingredients that are here are clean. They don't have more than one ingredient. So molasses ingredient is molasses. The strained tomato, the ingredient on here is organic tomatoes. The balsamic vinegar is white vinegar, cooked grapes, and concentrated grapes. So this has some sulfates in it as well. Rapeseed oil, 1 ingredient, and then all of the fresh ingredients is 1 ingredient. So it's good. Yep. So thank you guys for coming by again, and stick around for the raid. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you next Sunday. Happy Sundays!
Happy Sundays!